You can probably see me. Alrighty.
Alright. So, faith in young people is something that is very difficult to keep track of throughout the years. There is a very large percentage of people that graduating high school, graduating college, straight from Christianity and straight from the faith throughout the years. I remember one specific chapel back when I was in high school that we did, and the pastor brought up like 50 students up on the stage and then separated them straight. And there was about 6 on one side and 44 on the other. And that is the correct percentage of people that after high school will stray from Christianity and no longer forget themselves as Christians. And these stats are jarring, these stats are real. I just remember so vividly. You could just look up and you just see this horde of people in this small little group that just barely knows what they're doing, standing on stage for no reason. And I feel like that's a big reason as to why we as Christians, especially young Christians still in college, we made it past that hump that so many people fall out. And it's amazing that we're here and we're studying Christianity, studying faith, trying to bolster our relationship with God at a Christian college. And so I feel like it's important to remember what we need to do and why we need to do it at this step. It is trying to think of habits we need to form as Christians, habits we need to break as Christians. It takes upwards of 6 to 8 weeks. Sometimes, and that's all over, and sometimes it can take up to 4 or 5 months to truly form a habit. And so trying to read our Bibles as Christians, trying to pray every day and go to devotionals, all of these things become very easy to fall off of, because while it takes just that amount of time to form a habit, it takes about a week and a half to drop it. And that becomes a very dangerous thing for us as Christians, and we are trying to every day stay in the Word and bolster our faith day in and day out. And you know that 1 week of hardships and you can lose the habit you spend so much time trying to build. And then it's another 6 months trying to build it back up. And so it's very important to be intentional about everything we try to do, because if we're not intentionally trying to form these habits, trying to build ourselves up in our relationships with each other, our relationship with God, we will fall. We will join that 66% of people that right after school just falls away. And there's something that really needs to be said about the idea of relationships in Christ. Because that is the main reason that a lot of people theorize why believers fall off the faith when they graduate. They will go to college or into a workforce and suddenly be around people that aren't Christians. If you don't have a built-up support system back with people at home, with family, church family, if you don't have these relationships already built up to where you have accountability and you have what you need to do, you will falter and you will fail. And so it's just a really interesting dynamic, because we know that in a matter of days we can lose every good thing that we've built up throughout time. There's something that I wanted to do. Tim, if you can come up here.
Audience participation.
So, basically, just trying to put into a better perspective just how easy it is to drop out of habits and how hard it is to build these habits. When you look just at the door, looking at how far away it is, you can take one step, and that is how long it takes to completely forget everything you've built up for the last 6 months. And then walking to the door takes about double that to reform the habit. And so it's interesting looking day to day, there is no easy way out. There is no simple thing, you can go that we can really really cheat the system with. Because each and every day and each and every time that we try to make these habits, it is a struggle. Because if we simply tell ourselves that we don't have to, or that I can take a day off, that is a quarter of a step, and all it takes is one step to fall off. Meanwhile, to get back, you're having to tell yourself day in and day out, I need to do this today. I can't take a day off. You need to tell yourself that daily and continually stepping each and every day, trying to maintain your walk, trying to maintain that pace, running the race that's marked out for you. And that is what's so important about accountability. Because if you don't have people around you that when you stop, they will help push you along, you'll tell yourself it's okay. If I'm trying to get to the other side of the room and I get tired halfway through and I'm alone, that's it. I'm fine. Like I don't really need to go over there. It's good. I can stop now. You're a group of 10 people and you're all walking together, you're all talking, you're all spending time with one another with a united goal in mind. If one person suddenly stops and everybody else keeps walking, that will be noticed. You won't be able to get away from that. And that's the importance of accountability. Because one person suddenly sits on the ground, stops moving while everybody else is going, hey, we're supposed to go over there. This is what we decided on together. We have a goal in mind. We know where we're supposed to go. And we can help you along. We can carry you. We can push you. We can, even just walking up and talking and saying, get up. You can do this. Having that support, having that accountability. And that's where it really differs person to person, because some people might need a helping hand to get them up off the ground if they fall, if they stumble. Some people just might need you to come over and tell them to get up. But without having somebody to help you if you need it, or to tell you that what you're doing is wrong, to remind you to get your head back into the space, there isn't anything that we can do on our own. Which is why it's so important to make sure that you have that group and you have that accountability. And that's why even in the New Testament and all throughout the Bible, it stresses so heavily the importance of going to church and fellowship of believers, the gathering of the saints. Because without it, we have a much harder battle within our own lives and within our own spiritual warfare with Satan and the demons. And so, all this being said, I just really want to stress the importance of find a group. Find those people that you can make sure hold you accountable for sin in your life and for making sure that your walk is strong as well. And try to form those habits. You go a day without it, tell yourself next day. Just make sure that you continually do it day in and day out. Don't let yourself fall. Because nobody wants to be a part of that group of 6 people and have friends on the other 44 that are just missing. Grab it. Change that from 66%. Because us as Christians, we see people that grow up in church and fall away to that high percentage. It's sad. And it's hard to work through. But that's a first step that we need to be focusing on. So, I think that little by little, if we get these groups, we get this intentionality, we'll be able to do it.